Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host, Paul James, and today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and the returning Damo Camilleri. How are you, gents?
I'm good.
Oh, yeah, Damo, good. You've been crossing the mountains for about 18 months with the Patched Ghost, which is plaguing Damo at the moment, so we're not going to make a fuss every single time that appears during this episode. But how was your trip over the Alps?
Well, you still get into Mordor, as we last spoke.
Yeah, it takes a while.
My ring pains me. It's been a journey, you know, and the Wi-Fi sucks out there. So,
fucking hobbits. All right, we got Damo back because it is the finally time. We've delayed a little while. Time for the most respected awards show in all of video games. Forget the Keeleys. Forget
the Game Awards.
Those other things, DICE, anything along those lines. It's all about the Patchies.
Rubbish. Creator Award. Rubbish.
People only tune in for the game announcements anyway. Well, we don't have any of that, so we don't also have anyone watching or listening as a result. But it's the Patchies, the most beloved awards show that goes on at Player 2, and we're going to dive into it with some serious ones. Then we'll get to the best part, the thing that everyone's tuning in for, which is the jokes. Don't worry, we are recording, everyone, so this is the first take. It will be the only take, and then we'll kind of close out with our top games of the year. So, yeah, let's begin with some semi-serious stuff before we get to some fun. We've got 3 categories to go through: the best indie, the best DLC/expansion, and the best game from another year. Damo, kick us off with the best indie game that you played last year.
Believe it or not, I didn't play many indie games last year, which is a very sad moment for me. Actually, I've played very limited games, but the one I did play, very much highly up there. Biggest indie title ever. Smallest, sorry. More people should know about it. No, but in reality, it was The Cult of Lamb.
Ah, good.
And I thought this was phenomenal. I mean, it's step under Untitled Goose Game, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And in a world where I didn't know what the hell was going on in the video game world, that one was highly recommended. It almost went up there to my game of the year until other things came out, but nonetheless, phenomenal game. Get on it.
Matto, what have you got? Because for me, it's actually Cult of the Lamb as well.
Wow. Would you believe I got this game by somebody, said, hey, you want a code for this? And I said, sure, I'll take it. And I had so much fun with it. It was almost the same as my game of the year too, and that game is Cult of the Lamb.
Yes!
As well.
The trilogy, the Trinity. Damo's back and we've nailed it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, yeah, Matto, for you, what was it? Was it about making your cultists eat shit? Like, was that the?
Oh no, I think it was just funny that I'm usually a guy who wants to keep my people around and not kill them off, but this was just, you don't have a choice. You either kill them off or everyone hates you. Okay then, I
guess I have to kill everyone.
Guess I have to kill everyone, and everyone loves it. I thought, what cult have I created here? And everyone wants to come to me and go, oh, hey, you know, it'd be funny. Go make that guy eat some shit. I'm like, sure. I don't know what I'm getting told by other people. I should tell them to get in line. I'm the leader, but for some reason, they're telling me to do stuff. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Who's the boss here, you piece of shit?
I thought I was running the joint, not you. Can't even clean up your own shit. I mean, come on, guys. I know.
Damo's back and we've already jumped into sponsored gigs. Pepsi isn't sponsoring
Pepsi
us,
Max.
Nor is Bolter.
Nor is Bolter, so is Pepsi Max Vanilla. So,
Oi!
So the unofficial sponsored duties couldn't make it this year, unfortunately.
Doonies couldn't be here, so we thought we'd go for giant cola brand and...
We're sold out.
Pretty epic
We're
beer
officially
company.
sold out.
Just send me a 6-pack already.
Mate, you've been away from us for a little while, so I don't even know if you heard about this. Matto and I both received slabs of Bolter from PR for platinuming Death's Door last year.
Well, no, not me. I just got it because I did the whole game with an umbrella. That was.
Well, no, that was it. Like, but at that point, you're basically chasing the platinum anyway. So, yeah, for completing the game with just the umbrella, we both got a slab of beer. Thanks, Doug. No, you're watching.
And another thing we did as well is that me and Paul also now have the same camera
Yeah,
as well.
it's good shit.
Ooh.
I also have lights in the background.
Oh yeah, we just so if everyone's apologies. Like, skip forward to, I don't know, like the 20-minute mark when we stop regaling Damo with all the things that have happened on the show in the last 12, 18 months or whatever it's been since his last appearance. I looked at the Discord thing. The last call was about July of 2021. So
Wow.
with the three of us, so I guess it must have been that long. I presume it was. We've obviously spoken to you since then, but not in a patched episode. So yeah. Anyway,
No.
Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, I guess I'd echo everything you've both said, and the combat is pretty damn good too. Like, that loop is really great. So, consistently interesting, and always good for a laugh with making him eat shit or whatever. And they've done a lot with the game, even post launch, with accessibility stuff, fixing up some of the bugs that were there at the beginning. Like, you could only have a certain number of cultists entering your little church for your sermons and all those sorts of things. They've cleaned up all those sort of bugs, and then it's Melbourne made, so. Some of the guys, or one of the guys in particular, Damo, lives basically in your backyard, as I found out when I dropped him home after a big night on the piss back in August. So, yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Australian video games make money.
Yeah.
I live in my own backyard. Somebody else's out there.
For years, we said, hey, government, can video games have some money for funding? And they said, no, it's a stupid idea. And then we said, what if I told you there's other games other than Grand Theft Auto 6? Five. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Don't jump the gun. We've got to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 later.
So, it's got mixed up. And they're like, oh, dude, tell us more. I said, this is a game about some lambs.
Have you heard about a goose?
Brilliant. And a goose.
So we've got money, and look at the games coming out.
Did you know cricket is also a video game? What? Unbelievable.
All right, let's move on to, because we're obviously starting to lean into jokes already. We need to get to the part that everyone is here to tune into. So let's get through the best DLC and expansion.
Wait. Are they tuned into the serious part of all this? Like, get to the funny part.
Oh, no, they want the funny part. That's why we've got to get through this. So,
right.
Best DLC and expansion. Damo, kicks off again. What's the best DLC or expansion you played last year?
It was going to Mario Kart. Yeah, it was pretty awesome seeing some of those tracks. But the game that I probably played most of and got the most value out of the DLC for was the free title update to Total War Warhammer 3. They re-released or put back in Mortal Empires, which is just pretty much the only reason people want to play Total War, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, right. What about it? Because I haven't tried. I mean, you know me, I'm not a Warhammer guy, and I haven't really messed around with Total War too much either. So what was it about the DLC? I mean, or that mode or whatever?
So it's just like it's not storyline based, so you don't have to really go out and do missions. You can just it's just skirmish after skirmish. So you still got to do your stuff, unite people, take over things, but there's no you have to get over here and do this. And it's like, oh, really? It's just pretty much plot out, conquer X amount of places, defeat X amount of enemies. Things it's much more, it's just a basic skirmish system. And it's like, this is what I want. I don't want to, you still got some story missions to do to unlock artifacts and stuff. But as a whole, it's like, yeah, this is thing, and it re-released a lot of the Warhammer 2 races into it and things like that. It's like, yes, thank you, that's all we needed. Pence.
Very nice. Matto, what about you?
Well, I didn't really download much DLC stuff last year, but there is one expansion that I found really good, and that was Nintendo Switch Online as a whole. Yeah. Because that's when all the 64 games started to come in, and they were all the good ones. And we finally got. I think it was.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was.
That's when they kind of launched the expansion pass part of it. Yeah.
And then there's also you'll talk about the next part. I'll let you leave you with.
Oh, okay, all right.
Pedro Pascal driving game, but we also got on top of that there was Sega games as well, which if you want to play those. There you go.
Or one or two that were actually any good from that period on the Sega.
But also
you mean just playing Golden Axe?
Yeah, that's
non-stop.
That's all you've got.
And then this is all the same people probably complaining, going, "Oh, why would you want to pay $50 for the year for that?" Like, hello, have you seen all the games now?
And now they've added Game
Yeah.
Boy and Game Boy
Now.
Advance, and it's amazing.
Oh, Game Boy Advance has been so good. Started playing Minish Cap already, and I'm just like, this is everything I wanted for so long. Just a really good emulator that's portable for the Advance.
And you can put well, I don't know about the Game Boy Advance stuff because that was color anyway, but like the old Game Boy stuff, you can put the different filters on. So like Link's Awakening, you can kind of toggle through color, you can toggle through DX, you can like the whole thing. Which is kind of cool.
Which is a really interesting thing that like a lot of people didn't realize about the Game Boy Color. If you put a Game Boy game in, if you pressed up, down, left, right, up and B, A, whatever, it would change the color palette of the game. So, I used to play Pokemon Blue, but with like, I don't know, brown and green colors. It was bizarre.
Yeah, okay, right. We all cringed at that, but I guess whatever floats your boat. For me, Matto hinted at it.
Can't remember
the exact colour scheme. For me, Matto's already hinted at my one is what is going to be HBO's next adaptation, as most people have seen on SNL recently. No, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The fact that they've been... I mean, I haven't played much DLC at all over the course of... In fact, I don't know if I played any throughout 2022, or if it was like some stuff that was almost like day one, so it was just kind of baked into the game that I already bought, and so it didn't really feel like it was anything extra.
Yeah.
Unlike I guess if I jump ahead a little bit, like when Fire Emblem stuff that's dropping at the moment, and there'll be story stuff for that down the line with Horizon Forbidden West DLC in April. Like I'll have some contenders this year, but there wasn't really much in 2023 for me. 2022 for me. But Mario Kart delivered, all that. I mean, and all that stuff, and going back to the expansion pass idea, all that's free if you're an expansion pass person. So
yeah,
and they're still rolling it out. They announced the fourth one at that recent Nintendo Direct, and I think there was 6 of them that were planned all up. So the stuff they put out so far is pretty cool. I mean, from the stuff that's in that Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game that no one really wants to play, now we can play those tracks the real way. And then obviously some other classics are coming along as well. So they're kind of nailing it. I expected Mario Kart 9, and now I'm kind of happy that we don't have it while they just keep blowing out Mario Kart 8.
It's all that I thought was going to happen to Super Smash Brothers. I legitimately thought they were going to release another Smash Pass and just add characters to that, and just Smash Bros. Be the continuous forever game that they have, but they did it with Mario Kart.
Sakurai just wants to die now, they can't do it.
Pretty
right. Which leads us to our last kind of formal one before we jump into the funny stuff. Best game from another year. Damo, start us off again. What'd you play? That wasn't a 2022 game.
You would not believe it. This act rekindled my love for gaming as Genshin had slowly eroded it. Not that Genshin was bad or anything. It was just it became a task and not a fun thing to do. But I played Breath of the Wild Linkle Edition, and it was the best thing I've ever played.
You playing on a PC or what?
It was on a Wii U emulator. So 60 frames per second, molto bueno, and there's nothing different, right? And just Breath of the Wild was a fantastic game until you keep playing it. That's the problem I had with the game. We're looking at it retrospectively kind of a bit more now, we're not so blown away, but it's like the variety of enemies kind of dies off very quickly. Not that the lack of temples was too bad of a thing, but almost the lack of a bad guy. Like, I think you can talk to me about Ocarina. I know I clearly say I don't love that game, but at least Ganon was around doing things, would appear from time to time until he beat them. I felt like that was kind of lacking in this game, and there was almost no point to doing anything in that game. You could just I understand the whole point. You can just go to the castle and do that. You can, but it takes away why do I want to upgrade this armor? It does legitimately one thing. Do I really need it? There's so much in there that didn't have a point, but still a fantastic game. And the Linkle mod was fantastic because it fixed a lot of the ugly looking armor stuff like you're not wearing a trash bag over your whole body while you're fireproof and
I did just see a screenshot as I was kind of looking it up of the Linkle mod, and she looks pretty good in there. Like, there's been a bit of effort put into.
oh yeah,
Really
it took forever. It took forever to get to where it is, but it really paid off. So,
but
yeah,
that said, you're also talking about Breath
back.
of the Wild, a game that Matto and I hate. So fuck you, and let's move on. No.
Hate.
Oh, you know, we just dunk on it because it doesn't have anything good about Zelda, like dungeons, and it has weapon degradation, and that's bad. But let's not do that again, because I feel like we do that every second episode at this point.
Well, that's what happens when you have another game coming out in May. It just gives us bad memories of the previous game.
Yeah, we'll be riding Tears of the Kingdom pretty hard until it actually comes out and we can make a decision. And inevitably it becomes like a game of the year.
And we could look like dickheads when they actually make it good. And we're like, yeah, we'll take that.
I would desperately like to be wrong, but we'll see what happens. Matto, so what was your favourite game from another year?
Well, I have 2 games from another year. Because I couldn't really split these two. Because I played, we all know, well, Damo might not know, I played 25 different games last year. Yep. And he's left. See you later.
He's so dizzy. Damo may not be aware. He's not going to be because he's fucked off.
But, we'll carry on. So I played 25 games from last year's, and there were some good ones. I could say God of War because, he's back. Thumbs up, he's listed. I could say God of War, but there's a reason why it won Game of the Year in 2018 because it's good. It's really good.
It's
just good.
A solid game. It's okay.
So I gave it to 2 other games that probably didn't get the recognition that it deserved.
Games that got snubbed.
Not snubbed. It's just one got snubbed and one, just absolutely was set on fire pretty badly.
I know where this is going.
For reasons that we all know. But so the first one is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
It wasn't where I was expecting you to start then, but okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because it is a good game. Unfortunately, there was this other game called The Avengers that just pretty much
scared people away from it.
And they got rid of you. Like, they thought, you know what, let's get rid of the multiplayer stuff and do a single player with actual characters that you don't want to punch in the face because they're just boring and annoying. They're actually really good. Yes, you could say the combat's a bit boring, but everything else about it makes up for it. And the story's good. It has 3 credits that 2 of them are false, and you're just like, that's the end of the game, and then realize, hang on a second,
they faked you out.
That's not the end of the game. I've been psyched twice. Thought I finished it the second time, like, this is a good game. Then things started happening. The credits are gone. Shit, it hasn't finished. And then it starts up again. Like, okay, is this the final one? Then the credits are done. You're like, goes back to the start. You're like, good.
Okay, that was it. Cool.
That's it. That's good. But not in a bad way. It's just good because you've been tricked twice before and you're just not sure anymore what's going on.
Yeah, you're doubting everything. Have I actually finished this game or not?
I mean, I really wish there was a counter on how many times I closed the fridge, because I closed the fridge a lot. I don't care.
And there was absolutely nothing to it. There wasn't even a trophy for doing it.
Yeah, there was nothing for it. It's just, the fridge is open. I better close it again. And I did for no reason whatsoever. Just saw it open. I thought, I better close it. I thought, who keeps doing this? And yeah, it's a really good game. It's just unfortunate that Avengers had to just
ruin it beforehand.
Really ruin it for everyone, and probably won't get another one because we all know why. Guardians of the Galaxy did not sell as many copies as Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, but I guess there's a chance Crystal Dynamics have got Eidos Montreal are not with Square Enix anymore, so maybe Embracer Group can get their hand on it.
Embracer Group are a good bunch of people.
But apparently they're actually working on Deus Ex again. So I'm like, alright, I can get around that.
Must be maybe that's why they purchased them for, because hey, make us another Deus Ex game, would you? Okay.
People like that shit, let's make it.
And then the second game, because Paul already probably knows where I'm going with this one. You can have a guess to see if I'm right. Yeah, he's looking at the trophy.
Yeah, it was statue, Cyberpunk 2077.
That is correct. Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077. When the next gen upgrade or whatever you want to say came, I thought, right, I'm going to give it another go. Because when I first played it on the old console, a long, long time ago, I booted it up. The first thing I looked at and thought, this looks
That's a lot of
boring.
dildos. Oh,
That's
right,
a lot
right,
of
okay.
dildos. Like, hey, this isn't the right game. What is this? And then you open it up, you go in walking around the street, there's no one around, there's no people, it is incredibly boring. And then the other thing you look at the textures, you think, that looks like absolute shit.
Yeah.
That's in the nicest way. So I decided to stop playing it until they got their shit together. Which they did.
And they
about
did.
2 years later. I thought, I'll give it up. I'll give it a boot up again. So I did. Big update. I thought, that's okay. My internet's good this time. I'm not going to be sitting there for 4 days waiting for it to update. Booted it up. Got through the first part. Went to the street. And I looked at it and went, wow. There is life in this game now. There are people walking around. There's stuff happening.
And it's actually good.
And it's actually good. The story itself is actually good. And old Neo's there as well. Does a bloody good job. That role was just made for him. I think it was actually. I think they actually made the role for him.
Absolutely, yeah. Like Idris Elba
breathtaking-
coming for the DLC.
Yes, the old breathtaking man himself. Just
No, you're breathtaking.
really good, John. You're breathtaking. But yes, but overall the game, I think it's been keeps getting fixed up and everything. But I sort of played it when it was playable, and it was good. I played 50 hours of it, and I enjoyed every single minute of it. I never thought I'd say that, but
Which
I've been
most
absolutely
people wouldn't.
bagging it for the last year and a half because it was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pile of shit to begin with.
And then they gave me a free to upgrade to the Witcher 3, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
got no
surprised you
complaints
didn't
for
go.
that.
Like when it came to me looking at statues, I'm surprised I kind of went to Cyberpunk and I didn't think, after you played The Witcher 3 in about
well,
2 minutes at the
yes.
end of the year.
well, The Witcher 3 wasn't a mess when it first came out.
Well, yeah, but it's
There's
still
that.
one of the best games of last year. That wasn't last year. So I was half thinking it
That's a
might
good
have been
point.
that for a moment. But
Fair point. I didn't
Dame, I'm
think
not
it.
sure if you're aware. So one of Matto's New Year's resolutions for 2022 was to finish all 3 Witcher games, and so he did 1 and 2 in pretty decent time, but didn't want to play 3 until the next gen patch came out, which literally rolled along on like the 17th of December or something like that.
Yeah.
So he had to smash The Witcher 3 in like a week and a half, and he did it with ease.
I did it in 9 days.
Yeah, which is just insane.
Oh,
Like he'd already
and
played it
painful.
before, but like, yeah.
And painful, but incredibly painful. But it was done.
So for me, my best game from another year, I don't know. I've got 2 because I don't know. You can tell me whether this first one counts. The Last of Us Part 1, like it was a brand new release, but it was
it
a
did
2013
honest,
game.
It got released in 2013, so sure, it can count.
So
I
like
don't care if it's a
I'll reference the other one as well. I won't say much about Last of Us Part 1 because heaps of people have obviously spoken about The Last of Us Part 1 over the years, and lots of people are talking about The Last of Us at the moment. I don't know why. Which reminds me, I better write up an
Is it
episode,
because of a
review for the
scene
next
in a
episode.
TV show?
Yeah,
Or
something
is it
like
because
that.
Nick Swanson just turned up out of nowhere?
yeah, that's it. We're just talking about Offerman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
only reason to watch that show.
So the other game that I guess if I can't pick The Last of Us that I'll pick is Dodgeball Academia, which is a little indie game that's basically like a like JRPG style thing, but it's like dodgeball, and it's awesome, and it looks amazing. It's kind of got like a Paper Mario style art style. It's got a really great personality, and it plays like an absolute dream. I couldn't believe how much I was enjoying that game. So I'll shout out Dodgeball Academia there.
I swore that you were gonna like put something absolutely rat shit in there, like something like, yeah, no, there's this Mayo.
My name is
tapping
Mayo
game.
4. Which, speaking
You
of
know,
which, that was a 2022 game, wasn't it? My name is Mayo.
Shouldn't-
When did I play My Name is Mayo 3? Matto, did we play My Name is Mayo 3 last year?
Yeah, you did for 1,000.
we did too.
For
Yeah,
1,000 player 2 plays.
Yeah, the 1000th ever player 2 plays, I did My Name is Mayo 3.
I'm gonna be ill. And that's
I mean,
not
it's
because
almost
I
as good
hate-
as it's almost as good as when I platinumed two Santa's Workshop games for Christmas, and then published it on Christmas Day. So yeah, we'll move on from now. Like if there weren't enough jokes there, we'll now get into the good fun part of the show. And maybe we'll just rotate between the 3 of us over and over, or do we want to just go one person and just drop all their awards for the
No,
joke stuff?
we just did a rotation. I'm gonna need a
rotating.
chance to breathe.
Yeah, right.
All right,
Otherwise I'm going to get tired going through all mine at once. I might
Yeah,
need a nap.
that's it. Matto's been in stitches clearly for like days as he's been plotting these out. It's like I can't do them all at once; it'll kill me. All right, well, I might get the ball rolling on this one just because it's kind of it's not even a joke award. It's just one that it's like a arrogant, humble brag that I just need to get it out of the system and then move on. Okay. Best 2023 game that I completed in 2022. Fire Emblem Engage. Like,
eat a bag of chocolate. Yeah, so we just
had to get that out of the way. So,
somebody stop him.
All right, moving on from that. Like it's done, but it's a unique spot, and I was pretty stoked to be able to play it over the Christmas break. Damo, over to you with something that's less douchebag filled.
Oh no, I'm going for my douchiest award straight on the word get go then. For the best trans game. I'm putting it out there. Look at his face, ladies and gentlemen. Goes to Hogwarts Legacy. Now, you might, before you cancel me, if you haven't played the game...
Play on, PR, I had nothing to do with this.
Let me just explain. Regardless of the creator of that world, that game did everything possible to be accepted to all people of all genders. You are never mentioned as a boy or girl. Your haircuts and clothes are all not gendered. They're just mixed. There's no go through the long haircuts, go through the short haircuts. This ain't Pokemon. They're very, very accepting. And I think that people just need to have a real hard look. Like, I don't care your stance on it. That's fine. We can talk about it. But to me, there's somebody that, has trans friends and they saw that as options. I thought, hats off to you. That's a very huge step for the gaming developer world. So,
no, actually, look, setting aside the screaming, shouting, oh my God, I'm terrified about what the internet's going to say, or PR's going to kill me, or any of that sort of shit. What they do in the game for actually really everyone, like they use they them stuff from time to time. Like they don't ever actually refer, regardless of how masculine or feminine you create your character. Doesn't really matter. They just use they regardless, just to encompass everyone. Then there's all the stuff that you were talking about as well. So they have a character that's trans in the game as well. Say what you want about the creator, and that's maybe valid, maybe not, depending on who you're talking to. But in terms of what is actually in that Hogwarts Legacy game, they respect everyone. So I get it.
I thought that was
I enjoyed the drama at the beginning because that was good fun for us to lean into it for a second. And I enjoyed Matto going to have a nap there and trying to pretend it didn't happen. But yeah, I think like what you're actually hitting on though is 100% true. Admittedly, it's a 2023 game, not a 2022, but we'll count it because the Patchies are late. Matto, over to you.
This is the Joke Awards now.
We just got all serious. What's going on here?
Yeah, so let's.
I just want to make Paul sweat. There we go. Now we can get the laughs out.
Yeah, the anxiety just went
up
a notch.
I don't know if my award is serious too. This next one.
No. We need to get all this out of the way.
Right. Well, this award is can you please stop doing that? So this is the award for just. Can you just stop? Just give it up. And that it's actually two companies. One is PlayStation.
Ooh.
For remaking games that have been out for 5 years. You don't need to remake the damn game. Just give it some breathing space, all right? I don't care. Last of Us, you've released it 3 times in 10 years. It's
Horizon,
the exact same game. Wow. Look at that. Look at the texture of that grass. It's brilliant.
Paul doesn't have enough bolter for this kind of assault on PlayStation.
No. We've been like we're 100% united over this, and he's about to. I assume he's about to reference the other game that's in development that's the same.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's worse. What they're doing with that.
That's worse than The Last of Us. That's been out re-released twice, and it has a TV show.
Yeah, TV show on the way. The VR game, the DLC for the Forbidden West, a remake somewhere in development, multiplayer, like it's crazy. But yeah, a remake of the original somewhere along the way.
And old poor Ben Studios can't even get a Days Gone 2. So no, we can do a remake. Sure, no problem. for the same game, for the exact same thing. Just
get them to make a mech game and say, ride me like you ride my mech. And that's it. It'll be fine. It's just people took issue with it being motorcycle culture. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
And
then the number two company is Square Enix trying to think that NFTs are a good idea. No one cares. It's stupid. Every gamer said it's stupid. And have you seen how NFTs are going so far? They're going great. They're going down further.
They sold like some of their best studios, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal. They sold Tomb Raider. They sold Deus Ex. They sold all these franchises to support their NFT plans. Like, fuck them. Dumbasses.
I mean, come on. I mean, is that really what you would go down that path? Everyone just laughs at it. Every gamer has rejected NFTs. They've just gone, no. Just plain simple no. Just, how would you like an NFT? No thanks. You can have this free game, but you can have this free game, but you also but you can buy this NFT. I'll just take the game, thanks.
Yeah.
You keep your NFT. I don't want it.
Yeah, if they can just I don't mind that award. Yeah, back off completely. For me, as we cycle around, my next award is started with a bang and ended with a whimper award, and that is Xbox acquiring Activision, because that was huge. And now, if it could just fuck off, it'd be great. I'm just sick of hearing about it. It's just, oh my god, it's just like, it'll be fascinating if it goes through. It'll be fascinating if it doesn't. But can we just get to that point already? Because I'm sick of hearing about every little bit of news along the way. Or Phil Spencer said this, Jim Ryan said that. Jim Ryan flew over to the EU to go talk to him. FTC's done this. Oh, it's like a car crash. You still can't help but watch.
I know that's a saying.
Are we?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Are we into the joke part yet? Or are we still?
No. Yeah, I can get to the next one soon. That's all right. No, I think that's.
So do we just call this joke change this from jokes to just grillings and roasties?
the roasting of Xbox. No, we're going to get there.
I've got one that might give you a giggle. Bit lighthearted, right?
Oh, yeah.
My God, I should have said.
Okay.
But this is the Good Guy Greg Award. Now, for those of you that are up to date with classic meme culture, back when they were decent and not just pictures with just white text and then eventually just pictures in general. Good Guy Greg was this bald-headed dude smoking a big cigar and, do always something nice. And it goes to Red Dead Redemption 2. Believe it or not. So when the Stadia cloud service dropped, some poor soul out there that had spent, I don't have the numbers with me. We'll just say between hundreds and thousands of hours in Red Dead Redemption 2 was signed off to lose all of it. Just gone. Like, that's it. Like, what am I supposed to do? And of course, Good Guys Greg Award goes to the Red Dead 2 team because they
found a way.
Stored all his stuff and moved it to a different account for him of their choice. So
good work, Rockstar.
Good on yous.
I can't wait for my next award to be focused on Rockstar. I'm looking forward to it. Matto, over to you in the meantime, though. Congratulations, Rockstar, for that very nice award, and I look forward to discussing you in a moment.
Oh dear. My next award is the dumbest thing award for the thing that I think is stupid. And geez, we're taking down all the big companies. That's all I know. So we've gone PlayStation, Square Enix, soon to be Rockstar. And I forgot what the other ones we were talking about. There's been a lot.
Don't worry, there's more to come.
This next one can go on the list too, and that is EB Games. For their idiotic level 5 collector's editions. Absolute the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Oh, we're going to stop scalpers. Next minute, scalpers take all the shit. Like,
Matto, can you clip this out and make sure it's on Twitter? Fuck those guys.
But seriously, even I said, it's level 5, I thought, that is stupid. Like, I'm not going to EB Games, spend my life savings just to get in the top, what is it, 100, 1,000?
10,000. 10,000 it is.
10,000. Yeah. I'll pass, thanks. Well, how about I just give you a kidney? Would that be a lifetime supply of level 5? I mean,
Just trade in everything you've ever owned your entire life. You might get to level 2.
I don't think
So
I'll be able to. I don't think I'll cut the top 10,000 with all the stuff I have. It's just.
No, you get to at least level 2 though. You'd be almost
Level 2.
there to get to level 3.
What about
So Damo, you would have missed all this.
Chicken
I was
dinner.
level
What do you
5
call
going into their usual refresh at the end of August or the end of October. I can't, or the end of September. I can't remember which month it is. But I was easily inside the top 10,000. I was about 7,000 something, whatever. Like no
Easily,
drop.
folks.
No, that's
Easily.
there's 3,000 people
operative
between me and the
word
thing there.
from his mouth was easily. Yep.
Well,
Continue.
by the end of that month, I suddenly became 70,000th, which is not possible, just physically not possible. But it caused me to miss out on my level 5 membership. And then, of course, what happens? Fucking Final Fantasy 16's Collector's Edition gets announced and is made exclusive to level 5s. Fuck you, EB Games. I've spent more money there than so many thousands of people, easily inside your top 10,000. And I couldn't get your fucking Collector's Edition because you're stupid piece of shit. And your system's
Pretty sure
fucked.
only 10,000 people shop at EB anymore. Everyone else, uses their brains and goes on Amazon now. Like, that's what we do. Like, can't price match with Amazon. I mean, Big W has better prices too. So, maybe, Paul, just maybe.
I price match everything. But...
Yeah, maybe you should not have brought Hogwarts, bro. That's what set him off. Transphobe.
Drop him down 10,000 places.
Well, I mean, as in this current year, I've basically spent jack shit, so I'm 79,000th at the moment. But I'm getting a PSVR this week, so that'll shoot me back up into the top whatever. But it doesn't matter because I've already missed my Final Fantasy Collector's Edition because of those fucking idiots.
Number one.
Did I not turn around to PR afterwards and go, guys, is there anything you can do to help a brother out? And like, we literally have nothing. We can't help you. Like, oh, fucking EB. Did I try and exploit connections? Yeah, sorry, internet. I did, but like,
of course you did. Who wouldn't? Let's be honest.
Exactly. It's about who you know, not what you know.
Even
and EB doesn't know jack shit.
Even if Paul has to buy a van, find someone who has the collector's edition, grab him, throw him in the back so he can take it, and then just throw him back out because we have no use for him anymore because we got our Final Fantasy.
There is a temptation, and I've never been.
What, to buy a van?
No. There.
Oh, right.
I think the last time Damo was here, we were talking vans as well about like
that was something different.
Taking Xboxes from Telstra and then rolled by in a van and nick them all. But anyway,
just steal them out, not steal them.
But oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, just sell them out of the back.
Who wants to steal an Xbox?
No one wants an Xbox.
They only want that.
The fridge.
The fridge.
Oh, there's the award there. The thing that finally fucking came out. Anyway,
that's another EB thing. Magically, while we're still on EB, that fridge, I put out a tweet saying, "Where's my fridge?" And then a week later, it turned up.
That just sounds like you got some sort of Twitter power, magic power. Elon Musk has given you a gift, sir.
This was before Elon, so if Elon was in charge, I would never have got my fridge. I'd still be waiting. Because no one would have seen that tweet. Let's be honest.
Elon's always in charge. This is just a massive ploy.
I keep saying I'm not interested in his tweets, and they keep showing up. They just won't go away.
Just block him.
He'll still pop up. People screenshot it.
That's the problem, isn't it? You can do a really simple thing, but he's got you by the balls. You can just block me.
Oh no, I'm gonna go to Hive. Oh gee, what a shame. Or I could go to all those other social media platforms that don't have his fat head on it. Think free too, as I've seen.
Yeah.
Join them.
So because there's a lot of awards, I'll
go back to MySpace.
Move us on from EB Games.
Again.
Good old days, MySpace. The next award, the Rockstar Award. It's called the Leaky Ship Award. And it goes to Rockstar for the GTA 6 leaks that happened.
Wow.
So, I don't think I really need to say too much more about that one, but congratulations, Rockstar. You were definitely responsible for the biggest leak in 2022. And I can't wait to play GTA 6 next year because looking like shit because, oh my god, that game looks like it came from 2015. Fuck off, little teenagers that don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, they do not know how
that was Paul, wasn't it? It was you,
Oh
Paul.
my god, it looks worse than GTA 5, bruh.
You're like, look, I don't like the look of this GTA shit. Can you guys get on the Twitter machine and tweet out some horrible shit? They were, sure thing, Mr. Paul. Yeah.
I'll give you an A+. Okay, Mr. James.
Damo, over to you.
Oh, okay.
So how long's this episode go for so far? We could be here till midnight.
We're about 45 minutes in, and I know Matt and I have 13 awards in total. So
I'm trying not to be too mean here, but the wasted
we're being
opportunity.
mean. You
It's like
wait
the
till you hear
waste
some of
of
what I
time.
got coming.
I
like
am.
Christmas,
I don't even
right?
fuck
Like
about
Christmas.
your behaviours.
Like Christmas, it's that
You
one
are both
time of
a
the year.
scum.
Okay?
I've been enlightened.
Hey, we've
Hiking
been good for
mountains,
most of the
yeah.
year.
Like I've seen sunrises across mountains, Gandalf. But the wasted opportunity award.
Oh,
Now there was a game I was very excited. I heard was getting announced.
Well, hang on.
Then I looked at it, and I'm like, microtransaction RNG heaven. Definitely what I want to spend money on a game.
Matto, you're a bit pixelated on my end at the moment, so zooming in's not looking good for you.
Oh, that's what.
It's just one pixel.
Goes to Chocobo GP,
Oh,
which just turned into some garbage that just
and it's dead already, or will be dead in March.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
murdered it. They murdered my boy. I was so excited.
my
Like I
boy.
loved that game on PlayStation 1. Yeah, I think it was one of the few things you like. Hey, I'll get that on a definitely legal copy from the Vic Market, and it was just sad. It was just such a wasted opportunity. Like it's like there is. I mean, I get it. It's already on the Switch and things like that, but there's not a lot of cartoony racing games out there. Like Mario Kart's fantastic and it fills that void very well, but there's still room for more. Crash Team Racing, superior. Wacky Wheels, the best of the best.
Wacky Wheels. Oh.
But Chocobo GP,
They torched him.
sorry.
You killed my boy. That's absolutely the better award name. Actually, we'll stick with that.
Yeah, hey, fuck you. It's a wasted opportunity. I've got something else for murdering my boy.
Oh, all right. Matto, over to you.
All right, I'm going to go with. This is not a joke one. This is a very positive one.
Oh, boring.
I know it won't be boring because you'll understand this one. You'll understand this.
Don't
one.
mind everyone. Damo's just doing a line slightly off camera that just head disappears and all you can see is the.
All right, so my next award is the best opening cutscene to a game,
Oh,
and this is the game that had a wonderful cutscene. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get really excited for this game. That game is Gotham Knights. That opening cutscene was absolutely brilliant. I'm saying that is a real serious thing. It is
it's the high note of the entire game.
It is an absolute high note. I'll do back-to-back awards, actually. I'll do back-to-back awards. For this reason, okay. So, yeah. So, it was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant opening scene, because you're like, you see a story, Batman's fighting Ra's al Ghul, and you're like, this is great, I can't wait to play it. And then we come to the most boring game of 2022, which will go to Gotham Knights, which... Because after that cutscene, it is the most boring ass batshit of a game I've ever played. It's just can't see anything. Well, I want to play Gotham Knights. Hey, you want low frame rate, 30 frames a second? Hey, play Gotham Knights.
The best hour of that game that we played was when we played with each other for player 2 plays.
Multiplayer, multiplayer. Not play with each other.
Sorry, we played Gotham Knights together online.
Nothing sus.
Nothing sus.
That was the most fun hour we had. Out of the 32 hours I played was that multiplayer of Gotham Knights, and we still don't know if it was a multiplayer game or not.
No.
And we'll never know.
No, we'll never know.
Because I am never ever going back to that game. I don't care if you have updates or anything. It ain't gonna get fixed. You're not gonna make it any more exciting than it was.
It's fundamentally badly designed, so it's not going to get any better. So keeping the positivity going, the next award goes to the Worst Fans Award. It's called the Worst Fans Award. And this was going to be a tight contest because it really bubbled over and emerged at the Game Awards that there was two groups of fans that are totally and utterly dislikable.
Bill Clinton.
The options were, and the runner-up in this award, the fans of Genshin Impact, not you, Damo. And the bullshit tirade that we would see on the internet about their game leading into the Game Awards. But they were trumped by the fans of Sonic Frontiers because they are totally and utterly the worst forms of people you've ever seen, from the usual disgusting behavior to just the the death threats that they were throwing just because anyone dared to suggest that their game that is absolutely at best a 7 out of 10 wasn't worthy of being in the Game Awards top 10, let alone then being the fans vote. Which Damo, did you catch the announcement of the fan vote from the Game Awards?
What do you mean the announcement?
So there was the fans MVP basically, Game of the Year, and all the things like Elden Ring and God of War, the obvious front runners for Game of the Year, all got knocked out, and it came down to Sonic Frontiers and Genshin. And Jeff Keighley stands there and he goes, "So the winner, after we threw all the bot votes out, Genshin Impact." And just the Sonic fans lost their mind online. They absolutely it was so funny.
Because
their fans are the
call
worst.
them the worst people, right?
They are the worst.
I call them the most dedicated, yeah? Sonic people have been through fucking fire and still come out on the other end going, "It's still good!" And
it's just not. You waited 20 years for a good Sonic game, and it took a bunch of fans to actually make one in Sonic... what's the good Sonic game? The 2D one that was a fan game?
Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania, yeah. You couldn't even get Team Sonic to make a good game. The people who are employed and have dedicated their life to Sonic can't make a good one, but it took a few fans to do it. I guess maybe those fans are okay, but the rest of them, fucking shithouse.
Oh, they're funny.
And congratulations to the Genshin fans for being runners-up.
Sonic fan art on DeviantArt.
Oh, no. And so that's someone's knuckles deep, I'm sure. All right. Moving over to you before I dunk on another publisher next.
All right. I'm gonna shake it off. This is my Shake It Off Tay Award. Goes to Nintendo for successfully dismissing creating shit hardware, and in the EU, the Joy-Con drift hardware thing has just been dropped. Because as soon as you fucking play a Switch, apparently you sign a contract that says, "Go fuck yourself." And good on you, Nintendo. That's why Australia, consumer affairs over here, pretty cool, and that's why Nintendo hates us. So, but it's a win for us. But yeah, good on you, Nintendo, for just not caring at all about just making shit.
They've not fixed it, have they?
They're just we'll fix it.
Fuck it, you'll keep buying it. Just buy a new set of Joy-Cons. It'll come in a new colour.
Well, that's the big thing. So many parents out there have just gone out and brought new ones instead of getting it sent off. And it's why? They'll fix it for nothing.
But how do you think Nintendo's sold 130 million Switches so far?
Because people's Joy-Cons just keep breaking.
So they buy a whole new Switch. And
$90 for a controller, so I could just buy another Switch for $300.
Oh, no, but this one's a Pokemon.
It's going so well.
But this one's a Pokemon themed Switch.
I've just got a spare Switch in my house. I don't even.
The Joy-Cons will definitely work on this one.
You just got a dodgy one. It'll be good.
So good on you, Nintendo.
Good guy, Nintendo.
Like Tay said, just shake it off. The haters are gonna hate. Just shake it off. Shake it off.
Matto, over to you.
Alright, my next award is we had the most boring game of 2022. We now have the worst game released in 2022.
I didn't even go down the worst game path. This will be good.
Well, mine is Saints Row.
Oh yeah.
I put a tweet out last week, which no one saw because Twitter's just in absolute
Buries
shambles.
everything.
My review of it was: if you're having trouble sleeping, play this game. It'll
Oh yeah.
put you out in no time, because the game is just torture. It's not fun to play. You just don't want to do anything. You just want to grab the disc and throw it outside, and just let the magpies just look at it and just in the reflection and just. So I couldn't do that because I paid $150 for that stupid game.
Oh, you did.
Because I thought, oh no, don't worry, it'll be good. Oh, I have the benefit of the doubt they'll do something good. Oh, it's a reboot, great. It's the exact same game with upgraded graphics and 2006 gameplay. So well done. You didn't
it just
do
sounds like
nothing
me
new.
with Fallout
76.
76.
Except I won't be yelling at the.
At Bethesda on a future episode of Patched. You could.
I could actually. Hang on.
You could even yell at Bethesda about a game that they didn't make.
In the bin.
Is it in the bin? Oh, hang on, Damo. You're here for a moment. This is a moment. This is happening.
Right, so here's the bin. Here's the bin. Say hi, bin. Hi. Here is Saints Row. In the bin. Piece of shit of a game. I mean, I feel bad for the bin now because
it's got to carry that shit.
It's got a Saints Row game in it now. It has better uses. This bin, but no, it has some stupid.
Don't worry, we've all got them, Damo. We all love a bit of Vix. There's our sponsorship.
You've already I can already see Meta just screenshotting me doing lines with that joke as a tweet, and then people watch the episode. First thing they hear out of my mouth is transphobe awards and shit.
And me just absolutely ripping into PlayStation and Square Enix. So we're off to an absolute.
I was cancelled on Facebook a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So
are we all cancelled?
A guy dug up something I said 7 years ago and replied to the comment. And I was like,
huh, right.
What? I think I was trolling? I don't remember this.
It was 7 years ago. That was so long ago.
Messaged him, I'm like...
so long in
It's like a fifth of my life, yeah. So my next award is called the Why Make One Game at a Time When You Can Make 7 award. And that goes to Ubisoft because they announced 7 different Assassin's Creed games last year. Now, to be fair, a lot of them look pretty good, but they announced 7 of them. From Project Red to Hex, whatever you call it. There's Mirage that comes out in a couple months. There was a bunch of mobile games. There was the Infinity stuff. They announced so many Assassin's Creed games, and I'm pretty sure it was 7.
Yeah, but just because 7 pizzas look good doesn't mean they're all going to taste good. That's
oh look, no, it's probably the reality of how Assassin's Creed's been getting developed for years, but they haven't gone and announced them all at the same time in the past. It was kind of, oh my god, our stocks are dropping, people are judging us, let's hit the panic button and announce every Assassin's Creed game that we'll make between now and 2030.
I don't get this understanding
let's take that back,
of
2025.
Every company freaking out about their stocks dropping as we approach a global financial crisis. It's like, you realize the last 3 years were shit, right? For everybody. I don't know, man.
And then the last 2 years, people at home, they didn't have anything to do, so all they bought was pizza and games.
And video games. So naturally it's going to go backwards. Damo, we're over to you again.
All right, because
I'm looking at my list of upcoming ones, and I can't wait later, to share this.
But I need to uplift the positivity because Matto went in with the worst game. So I'm going to throw in the best Legend of Zelda game from last year, and that goes to Tunic.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. You better not fucking say Breath of the Wild.
Every year we get a Zelda. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last year we did not.
Did we get Age of Calamity last year, or was that 2021?
That was 2021.
Oh. 2021. Yeah, so Tears of the Kingdom obviously delayed enough that they didn't release a console Zelda. Because we used to get a console handheld every year. It was pretty a nice thing going on. And it could have been this year, but no, we got Minish Cap just like last week. So, yeah, to fill that empty Zelda void on the console, Tunic stepped up to the plate. And at the start, I was like, bloody Zelda clone. But I think, Paul, you used to say that best many, many, many years ago when Linkin Park released another album and people were like, it's just more Linkin Park. And you're like, more of a good thing. What a sad set of things that is. So if something is ripping off one of the best gaming franchises of all time, oh no, well, not ripping off, being inspired by. I'll change my words there. Nothing wrong with it. And from the little I did play, really fun. I liked it. So, yay for more Zelda clones.
Very
But
nice.
I think the other thing too with Tunic, but no one really compares it to Legend of Zelda. I just play and go, hey, it's a fox with a sword. I don't really think of, it's a Legend of Zelda type game because
But that's when you
it
know you've done it
doesn't-
well.
yeah, that's when I look at it and go, they've done pretty well with it. It's just not a blatant rip-off of going, this is just another Grand Theft Auto game
Yeah.
or whatever. It's a Tunic game where,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, exactly right. If it's inspired, it's like,
And
I
the
don't-
best
I
thing
don't
about
look at
Tunic is
every-
too, is that it actually has an instruction book. Only problem is, you got to find it
Oh, yeah. And build it.
and build it.
Matto, over to you. I was almost
No,
tempted to jump in because Damo said a couple keywords that would link perfectly to my next award, but I'll leave it to you for now.
Zelda.
No,
Ooh,
not Zelda.
Well, also go with a positive one as well. Mine is the greatest comeback of 2022.
Kim Kardashian.
No, that's the disaster of 2022. If that's the case.
She had
Anywhere with-
come on her back. Sorry, everyone's that
Come on.
clip from,
Just to be clear, everyone,
Parks
we're
and
going to get Damo
Rec.
back now every week going forward. I don't care what his internet
No,
situation is, he's
Parks
back.
and Rec, come on. You've got to watch that. Chris Pratt's best line in the entire show.
Damo's back. Weekly.
What was I doing? Greatest comeback of 2022.
Comeback.
So this is something that hasn't been around for a while because of certain events. It came back last year, and that is PAX Oz.
Oh, yeah.
That
The one
was-
that Damo was supposed to rock up and because of his free gifts from Cat, what was the deal?
Something about Monster Hunter and coming
Something
to
to do with-
PAX. Can't remember.
Yeah, I
So
can't
long
remember anymore.
ago. We still haven't even played Monster Hunter together, so it
Yeah, we
doesn't
still.
really matter.
it's been 84 years.
You didn't even realize PAX was coming back.
It's already-
under
We had
it's
PAX
already
2022. It's been and gone.
PAX 2023 is only 8 months away.
As the social media team's
9
already
months
starting
away.
to fire up for that. Just damn.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't exactly
But-
nail PAX 2022 anyway. There was a lot that wasn't there.
But it was good it was back, and I do like their pictures of the dates. They were quality pictures on the Twitter.
Oh look, I'm not thrilled about the current dates again. They've gone and hit my wedding anniversary 2 years in a row. So thanks guys. That's ace. I look forward to my upcoming divorce thanks to you guys, you fuckers.
Hey, EB Games. Just think about EB Games, all
Yeah,
right? Just-
watch EB Games will probably come back and have a store there, and I can hate on them all together.
no, you can't
um,
get in because you're not level 5, unfortunately,
yeah,
so
yeah,
sorry.
good
You can't get into the VIP section where there's the Final Fantasy Collector's Edition just sitting in the spotlight.
Ready to be taken
ready to
home.
be taken. And also, the one thing me and Paul didn't get at PAX 2022, like some other suckers did because they're just weak, was COVID.
Well, yeah, I didn't get COVID at PAX, but yeah, anyway.
Later on, but we dodged it like absolute champions while some
Yeah.
other people,
Oh, they were all falling like
they
flies.
just dropped. So, all the little
Weak-willed
weaklings.
human beings.
Yeah, stop playing computer games, you bastards. Get outside.
Get out, see some nature. Then you
Yeah.
won't catch COVID at a nerd convention. Anyway, so Damo
Yeah.
referenced Linkin Park
Savage.
during his thing before, and so my next award is titled the "I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, I couldn't beat my last work" award, which goes to Glenn Schofield, Striking Distance Studios, and the Callisto Protocol, because it just. No matter how heavily influenced they were by their work on Dead Space in the past, it got nowhere near the quality of Dead Space.
It's even worse too when they have an actor that's someone I think is someone else is not a really good sign either.
No.
I kept calling him Carl Urban, which it wasn't Carl Urban. It was Josh Dumbrell.
Josh Duhamel.
Duhamel, the guy from Transformers, not the guy from The Boys. Somehow I got them mixed up.
Oh fuck! My next award's going to be a gun award too. All right. So yeah, Callisto Protocol, pretty mediocre. Definitely not as good as Dead Space. Damo, over to you.
This one's
Do you have
not
many left,
half
by the way?
funny. 7.
Me too. That works
Yeah.
nicely.
So do I.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
This is
What?
We've got
Get out
13
of
each.
town.
We've nailed this.
This is
All right. Well,
It's also going to be a 2-hour-long episode of Patched.
outside of video gaming, I do spend a fair chunk of my time on the YouTubes, and the
Never would
best
have picked
internet
it.
parody reward goes to for their Witcher content, Red Dead Redemption content, video game store content. I don't know. Viva La Dirt League. Good bunch of folks down, I'm guessing, I think they're from New Zealand, maybe. I don't know. Help me with that out. But their internet parodies are fantastic. Like when somebody accidentally kills a horse in Red Dead Redemption, like you are just the worst piece of shit on the planet. Even though you can revive them with a potion, it's still like, why would you shoot my horse? And I'm like, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
I love it.
well.
You know,
I did that in Red
you
Dead
know-
Redemption too. I didn't realize you could revive your horse. It died. I picked up its saddle and ran for 20 minutes to the next horse stable to buy a horse. I didn't even realize you could revive them. I was like, do I really have to carry this saddle around the whole time? I was like, oh, jeez. They said, oh, you
I
can
told you
revive it. I
both
was
about
like,
mine, didn't I? Right, where like in the first
Idiot.
hour of gameplay, for some reason it glitched while I was walking across the tracks, and so its hooves got stuck in the tracks and it wouldn't move. A train came through and hit it. I didn't know. I stopped playing Red Dead 2 after that. I haven't progressed past that first hour because of
Billy
that. I
Morty
was so
after his horse got hit
traumatized.
by a train.
But
So,
yeah, like
it's on the list for this year,
The
actually.
Witcher content's fantastic when like Geralt just walks up to the notice board in the town and just starts grabbing every single quest, and there's a bunch of other adventurers waiting behind him, and he's just like, It's like, yeah, it really do be like that. Apparently, no one else can do anything in I don't know, what's the Witcher's world called? It's better to say Albion, but that's
Fable.
it's Fable.
What is
What's
the
the
world of
Witches?
Witcher called? I don't
I
know.
was going to say Asgard. That's completely wrong. I was only playing it last year. And I can't even remember. Was it? No, not Gryffindor. That's a house in Harry
No,
Potter.
it's just the Witcher is set in a fantasy world called the Continent. That's why we're not thinking of it, because it's just a generic nothing name.
Oh,
No.
oh yeah.
That's
This
just
is
so
in the world of
boring.
The Witcher.
The continent.
The Continent.
Yeah. Just that's it. So Viva La Dirt League. That's my shout out to you guys. And if you want to give me free footy, that'd be nice.
Do it. Matto, over to you.
My next award is here's a box of tissues award. Don't go dirty on there. Don't. This goes to the award for the person who's probably cried the most
Oh,
over the whole year, and this is for good old crying Jim. Crying Jim can't hold a control of Ryan for his whole Activision. Well, no, sorry, I shouldn't say Activision. Call of Duty, because that's all he wants.
That's
Doesn't
all
want
he
any
cares about.
other. He doesn't care about all the other games. It's just I want Call of Duty. We've got all these other first-party games, but we want Call of Duty and Xbox. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm saying with you, like, can you just finish it already and just get it over with?
Just be
Just
done.
sign it and give it to Xbox just to make Jim sit in a
No.
corner and just cry. Just while
Look,
he
good
sings.
credit to him.
While-
in the meantime,
while-
he's just
while
scooping up
Akon's
developers left, right, and centre
Lonely
because
is
Xbox
playing in
can't
the
do anything.
background. No,
So-
what about me? Is playing in the background while Jimmy's crying.
You know what? I'd accept the merger just to see that moment. Just
He has to
All the-
get in front of
all the
cameras and
s-
make a statement. And you just see that.
boom
the
box
signatures-
above his
I'm like-
head in the rain.
Well, the signature's starting to happen, and that Celine Dion song from the Titanic movie starts playing.
My heart will go on.
My heart will go.
Oh,
on.
the flute version.
Yes, the recorder version.
The recorder version.
Recorder version. Brilliant.
All right, my next award is one that I suspect the both of you don't know that much about, but I think when I think the name of it is brilliant. Actually, no, I'm going to set the stage with the thing and then announce the name of the award. So Yuji Naka, does that name ring any bells at all?
No.
Naka.
This is the guy behind Sonic, and also
no.
more recently Balan Wonderworld. Now, Yuji Naka over the course of 2022 was busted twice for internal trading, as in passing off financial details and announcements, like insider trading and all that sort of stuff. Highly illegal. Was arrested twice for it over the course of 2022 from his work at Square Enix. And so, the award is a massive criminal, but his biggest crime could yet be Balan Wonderworld 2. It goes to Yuji Naka. Because Balan Wonderworld 2 is that bad, and it could yet be worse than his insider trading that he's already been arrested for.
Look,
yeah, that's that.
In our world, insider trading, yeah, whatever, But in the eyes of the government and people that like money a lot, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be arson. Like, what's he going to do next? Could it be arson, or is it Balan Wonderworld 2? I don't know. What's worse?
He's arsing around with Balan World 2.
Damo, it's back over to you again.
Oh,
we don't need to talk anymore about him.
That's all right. This is a jab, and I do I don't apologize for it. But there is this, I can't remember what the word is, but when you combine two phrases together, so this is a personal favorite one of mine, is till the cows freeze over. All right, so it's just something that's taken so
like
fucking
hell
long.
freezing over and until the cows come home.
Until the cows come home. So, So, to the cows freeze over award goes to Silk Song. Where is it? I've been waiting. I am going to replay Shut up. Don't action this. I don't care.
Something.
They can give us a date. It's been too long for me to care about when it comes out now. Just can release it already, though. I don't care. Give me more Hollow Knight then. Give me a free title update for that. Release one extra worm in the entire game. Just to mess with everybody. Like, you haven't actually 100% of it. Just anything. Give me just something, all right? God! I mean, don't get me wrong. It takes as much time as you need. I'd rather, you can't polish a turd if it's shit, so... But, yeah. I'm very keen
I could have used that. I wish I thought of that for Sage Row. But I didn't.
Can't polish a turd. I abstain from discussing this one.
They're good.
Ooh.
Abstain. Go have a beer with Team Cherry. Have some cherry cokes, you bastards. On to you, Matto.
Yeah, over to you, Matto.
All right, next award for is the best thing I got this year.
Was it COVID?
Well, but that wasn't the best thing I got. That was
And he's going to start ranking the nominees, and at the bottom of the pile is Saints Row.
That's on the dumpster.
Or sorry,
pile. That's
bottom of the bin now, I should say.
bottom of the bin. But the best thing I got last year, not this year, last year, was a case of beer
Thanks, Doug.
from Doug for
Power up
I
PR
just put out-
legends.
It all started when I put out a tweet saying I was going to play Death's Door. I was going to do it with an umbrella, which Doug then said, if you do it, I'll send you a case of beer. How could I say no to that? And would you believe it? I did. It took me a while. It took me a bit longer. He's like, geez, it took you time. It's like, I was just waiting. I thought he had his beer waiting there at his place. He's going to send it. Pile filled up with dust. That's what I was going to get. It's just a case of beer. A dusty case of beer. But
Well, because I did it in the meantime, he sent the one that was starting to get a bit of dust on it to me, and then he
I
bought
better
a fresh
get rid
one
of
for
it.
you.
And yeah, I will say it was a quality case of beer. And I say case of beer because it wasn't a slab. It was 18.
Bolter. Well, that is a slab for them. Bolter.
Cheap
Bolter's the
bastards.
shit. So yeah, that is the best. Yeah, that is the best thing in gaming last year. My next award is titled "The Best Use of a Cat to Trick the World into Thinking That the Game Was Actually a Game of the Year Contender," and that goes to Stray.
Oh, fuck you.
Stray is a perfectly solid game. Solid enough that, like, when I played it, I was like, yeah, I'll buy the I am 8-bit. No, I am 8-bit. No, what's the limited run games. Sorry, limited run games like physical collector's edition thing, and like it arrived. It took about 8 months after the game came out for it to finally show up. But that's limited run for you. Their service is kind of shit house. But yeah, that game did not belong in the game of the year list for any publication, let alone the big official The Game Awards thing. It cracked the top 6, and it's purely because cat lovers lost their shit. And I like cats. I have a cat.
Well,
I very much like that cat.
In there,
that game can just fuck off.
They just put a 6 one there. Well, let's just put one that's not going to win. Just put straight in there. Because let's be honest, there's only 2 that was going to win it anyway.
Cult of the Lamb should have been in there. The Patchies universally recognised best indie game of the year. Damo would be nodding if his earbuds were in and could hear it.
I can hear it.
I can still hear it. The Patchies nominated Cult of the Lamb should have been in there, but it didn't because a fucking cat got in there. Anyway, moving on from that. Damo, it's back over to you.
Fantastic. This one is the Too Much Content Award, and it's because, when Marvel kept releasing movies, even when no one cared, even though Ant-Man and Wasp came out, that's fantastic, by the way. Go see that. It revived my love for Marvel. But there was a game that just released too much, and it was like event fatigue. It was just non-stop. New maps, new things, and it was like exciting at the beginning, and it became a chore. Genshin Impact.
Oh, God.
Now, if we can just hashtag Genshin Impact into this, we'll get 20 billion views. So, and with the length this is, there's no way we're going to demonetize. We haven't sworn.
No, we haven't sworn at all in this video. No, we avoided it in the first 2 minutes, which means YouTube won't ping us for incorrectly labeling ourselves. But yeah.
Yeah, but it was just too much last year, and I know that some people need it and everything like that, and maybe I'm a standalone in this, but yeah, it got to the point where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't. I was turning off the game, and when I was turning it back on, there was another 13 gig patch, and I'm like, did I miss last patch? Like, when did that happen?
Yeah, I keep hearing about all the stuff they had. It does seem kind of insane.
Yeah, look, it's a free game, and it's incredible that there's that much content for it. But I don't know. Maybe that's the business model to keep people entertained. But I am entertained, so please stop entertaining me.
Please.
Maximus. I'm in the Coliseum right now versus Genshin Impact and 1 billion people booing me. Matto.
Yeah, go for it, Matto.
So my next award is Gamer's biggest issue of 2022. For some reason, and I scratched my head. I can't understand why. And the award, not the answer. The award is frame rate. I've never seen so many people complain about frame rates in my life. It's like, oh my god, this game it looks great, but it runs at 30 frames a second. Which one do you want? Do you want good frame rates or a better looking game? You can't have both. I feel like this is like if you're a kid at a candy store. It's like your dad's going, can I have this? You can only have one, son. You can have one. You can't have both. You can have one. I mean, we've moved on from puddles and badly textured doors, and we've moved on to frame rates. And then even the dumber thing is when they compare it to like Xbox, PlayStation, like, oh, Xbox is worse because it's 1 frame less. Like, what? You can notice that 1 frame in that scene? Like, who cares? I don't care about 1 single frame. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Would you rather have someone's head just float off into the sky and just not complain about that? Because that's okay. It's in 60 frames a second, so it's perfectly fine if its head pops off and just goes into the sky, or you fall into the ground for no reason, or a door you get stuck in a door, a barrel, those things. But it's okay because you're at 60 frames a second, so it's perfectly fine. 30 frames a second. Oh, look out! No, that's bad. That game's terrible.
I'll piggyback off your award here with my next one, which is the NFT award. Now, NFT being short for No Fucking Thanks Award.
That's
just because everyone might have thought I'd gone down the NFT path. It's the state of video games at launch. It's bugs, it's glitches, it's frame rate, it's all the things that are broken. Like we're getting Pokemon was one of the worst culprits in 2022.
No, not the worst. The best.
No, one off. Well,
the Diglett.
Yeah. Sorry, good point. It did give us Diglett, which was. Have you not heard of Diglett before, Damo?
I've heard of. I saw the person that released every brand of Diglett, and the Diglett was like.
No,
Actually, I think I've got that image saved somewhere. Actually,
it's the one where like it just pops out, like it's meant to be the normal length, but it just for some reason just pops up straight through the guy's legs.
Oh no,
it's that one. It's because the game was bugged out.
Content.
It burst out of the ground. And it was that. What was the? I can't remember what the variant was called, or like it was the different region version of Diglett. But yeah, it was like
Wiglet
long thing, and it just went. Yeah, it went straight through,
Diglett.
past right between where his dick was, and so it became Diglett. Don't look it up though. We had a horrible circumstance where we were looking up Diglett.
I had a great
Don't look
time.
up something that's got dick and let.
I
wonder why.
You put Diglett in it.
We did that live on the show. Yeah.
I got Diglett and I got some quality pictures. I actually got the actual video, not whatever Paul got. We never discussed it. We don't want to because I don't want to know what he saw. Because the look on his
Paul
face
is using
is horrific.
incognito mode.
I was mortified. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
All right, anyway,
geez.
Damo, back over to you. No fucking thanks.
All
State of
right,
games.
well, this is the dust off the old coin pouch award, and we're not
seems to
talking
be leading into
about
the Diglett
nuts.
thing, coin
We're
pouches
talking
and-
about it was an old arcade game that was re-released last year. Which can't believe it. I'm actually on Vokey, on beat. Nice. Goes to Snow Bros special coming out into the the Switch. I think I spent probably close to $7 one holidays, which was a lot of money for me back in the day, trying to beat Snow Bros. I did not. It was 40 cents a game. Very, very much like Bubble Bubble and everything like that, because it's just a Japanese one. And it's awesome. And to have it back on the Switch, looking beautiful, playing lovely, and just forgetting how hard these games were, and that's how they sucked so much money out of me. Yeah.
And they got you all over again.
They got me all over again. I spent another whole $7. So
Ooh.
$14 of my life that I'm very
Hey,
happy with.
big spender. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a funny one to go out on. Oh, no.
Oh, you'll find something, don't worry. And if not, we've still got you covered. Matto, you're up.
My next award is people who deserve a roundhouse kick to the head. Yeah.
Far out.
Oh, no, they deserve it. There's people who are just absolute dickheads who just no need for it.
EB
And that goes
games,
to-
you deserve it.
Or EB, you could do EB games, but that's whoever's in charge of level 5. But no, it is people who harass game company staff for something that's not their fault. For instance, God of War Ragnarok. People were getting harassed because they didn't have a release date. They were harassing people who probably didn't work on the game.
Like Alana Pierce and all.
Like Alana Pierce. And Cory Barlog went and said, hey, you got a problem, take it up with me. And I thought, what a great person to take the heat off the other people. Same with
Because then he deleted his Twitter for a while so no one could do it.
Genius. He could also probably say Activision, people harassing Activision staff for something that's not their fault, with the whole sexual harassment stuff. And, I'm not going to buy anything Activision. Like, hey, these are real people. It's just like the whole Hogwarts Legacy things. Like, people made that game. They need the dollary dues
Exactly right.
to live. And also, you can probably say Rockstar. They're probably abusing the developers of Rockstar for a game that, let's be honest, still in early stages, people. That's how games are made. You wouldn't believe it. They turn out great to start off with, and then they put these things called textures on top of them. Mind-blowing stuff. It's... Oh, man, if you knew how those games were made, you'd be surprised.
You'd be less of it on the internet.
Dickhead. And you'd be off the list of getting a roundhouse kick to the head, because you singularly deserve it. Like, any developer that you harass should get to line up, you get blindfolded, so you can't see, so you don't know when it's coming, and whack.
The blindfold so you don't know when it's coming was my particular highlight. Like, not only are you going to get booted in the head, but you're going to be bracing every...
It could be in a second, it could be in 10 minutes, you do not know. You could torture him just whatever you feel like, and you could just sit there, have your lunch.
It's like
Do some
Slapsgiving in
stretches.
How I Met Your Mother, where it's just
Yeah.
it's coming.
Just
You just don't
do
know
some
when.
stretches, do some leg stretches so you don't hurt yourself when you go for that big roundhouse kick. Maybe practice on a bottle first, like that trend that happened a few years ago where you can kick the lid off and see,
Oh,
and just get you practicing. And then when you're ready, whack. Maybe watch some Chuck Norris videos and see how he did it. Just do what you like. And then that is all I have for kicking people in the head.
for me, my next game is the best The Last of Us clone, and that goes to Kirby in the Forgotten Land, because fuck, that world for a while looked like it was going to be something ripped out of The Last of Us. It obviously changed a little bit, but it's pretty broken up and whatnot. And this is kind of a somewhat complimentary sort of award, so I'm not going to spend too much time being positive here. Let's move on. Damo, what do you got?
Oh, Jesus.
This is meant to be piss taking, but I had to shout that one out.
All right. The best video game show, TV show. Just because this is clearly the best video game show on the thing. But if you
G4,
have
because it
Apple
came back for
TV,
like 2
or
minutes.
if you're like me and you sail the 7 seas on a daily basis,
Sea of Thieves.
there's a great show called Mythic Quest. There are 3 seasons out of it so far. It is phenomenal. It shows a very light-hearted side of the video game developer world and how very different things come across, how advertisement can be one thing, but how developers can be a different sense. It's very, very cool and very, very funny. If you like, I don't know, if you're looking for something to watch and you want something that's light-hearted but kind of cool at the same time, Mythic Quest.
I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm meaning to.
Yeah, I got into it and I couldn't stop. So you're lucky there's 3 seasons out, because I reckon if I had watched it after 1 season, I would have been like, and I would have probably lost interest, because you can't wait for things like that anymore.
But now you're going to have to, right, for when a season 4 or whatever comes along?
Absolutely.
But you're hooked now.
I'm hooked.
Matto, what do you got?
My next award is the dumbest thing I purchased, but ended up being the coolest thing I purchased. Now, when I first purchased
Hang
this,
on
I
a
thought,
minute. I thought,
oh man, I'm going to regret this. I said yes on patch, and I thought I was going to regret it until I looked at the goddamn thing, and it's the most beautiful looking thing I've ever seen. And the game as well. The game's pretty good as well, but this is pretty damn cool.
Our Thor hammers.
From God
God
of
of War
War
Ragnarok
Ragnarok Collector's Edition. There's Paul's. There it is. Voila.
Yes,
I thought I'd patch. Thought it'd be a great idea. Damo's just going to get an old household hammer while we're just waiting. Well, I thought it'd be a good idea. What's that? My goodness.
That little lady. It's a goddess icon. There you go. We're talking about gods of shit. Well, he's the god of happiness. Right here.
That was what a twist.
Dixie collectors.
What a twist indeed. I
Turn
thought
around
it'd be
to
a
that
good
shit.
idea. Be a great idea to, Paul's like, oh, I'm trying to get rid of this God of War Collector's Edition. And I thought, how much is it? He said, 300. I thought, I'll buy it. And I thought, why'd you say yes to that for? I went with it, I got it, and I do not regret paying the $320 for it, because it was brilliant.
Very nice. I've got 3 to go. I assume everyone's kind of in the same boat, unless one of us miscounted before. Or I
Because
miscounted.
you're on the last. Damo will have 2 next. I'll have 2. Then you'll have 2.
Oh yeah, okay. So my next award is the Worst Square Enix Game Name Award, and they put up a fair few pretty awesome contenders last year between the likes of Diofield Chronicle and Harvestella, and the winner in this award, and there's heaps of others as well. It's Square Enix. They do it religiously. The winner in this particular category is Various Day Life, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I'll pay that. I'll pay that.
There was Live Alive that came out last year, and I'll still take Various Day Life as the worst game name of 2023.
I live a love.
Live Alive, very good game actually, but yeah. Various Day Life, fuck off. Square Enix, fuck off, and just stop putting things through JRPG name generators.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
was it that new GP bot thing or whatever it's called?
Chat
Oh yeah, GP
GPT.
chat.
Chat
Yeah,
GP?
chat feed, yeah.
Just put it through there. Done.
So Damo, it's back over to you again.
Yeah, so oh my gosh, yeah, no, that's okay. My last one's video game related. But this goes to the greatest fight of 2022. Now, we have mentioned the great fight of Blizzard and Activision versus the world, Square Enix versus the world
Naming
with their
convention.
side of the NFTs. We've talked about pretty great battles. Thor versus Kratos versus everybody. Continuous, just fantastic.
Jeez, everyone. I feel like I'm missing out on something by not actually using my VIX thing at this point.
But the best fight, and I mean maybe of all time, because nothing says Japan like somebody being brought back by the power of friendship. And when Pikachu was almost crushed by Leon's Charizard, stopping Ash Ketchum finally becoming the champion of champions. He was brought back by every single one of Ash's Pokemon's memories, cheering him on. Stand up, you little yellow bitch. Come on. Rocky, true lightning and shit. Back to your little rat. And then he won. And I swear, Molto Bueno, the best fight of 2022. Very hard to talk.
Yeah, very nice. Matto, it's over to you.
All right, my second last one is Traitor of the Year.
Oh,
And this was a person that everyone
Traitor of
loved.
the year.
Everyone loved, and everyone thought, "Oh, what a great guy!" Until he did something very, very bad. And that is old pal Shu from PlayStation confessing his love for Forex.
Oh yeah, right. And not the genre people. We're talking about 4X beer.
The Forex beer lager, because he left Melbourne after PAX, put up a picture saying, "this is my favourite beer," and it was Forex, and everyone just got, "No, come on."
He couldn't have left Victoria any faster at that point.
Like, you could not have picked the worst beer to confess your love to, especially in Australia.
Mate, you could have even picked Foster's. Like,
you could have picked Foster's or Emu Bitter, anything other than Forex.
Foster's, get it in ya.
I mean, Foster's would make sense because he's not from Australia, and everyone knows no one in Australia drinks Foster's. They all drink it outside of Australia.
Except Zach Jackson, head of Well Played, for some reason. But anyway.
He must be the only person in Australia.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
But everyone was just thought, he's a cool guy, this, that. Everyone got photos of him, with him, at PAX. And then he left. Went to Queensland or Gold Coast, wherever. Somewhere on a beach somewhere.
Well, they had to pay him after he had the 4X, like, okay, we'll shout you up to Queensland before you go over to Singapore, as it turned out was his next stop. But yeah.
Then he said, "This is my favourite beer in Australia," and everyone just went, "Oh, how dare you."
And it started so well when he arrived in Melbourne. He's like, everyone's just like, he's just Shuhei Yoshida, one of the most important people in the gaming world, just strolling around Melbourne trying to work out where the best ramen restaurant was. And sourcing opinions on Twitter, and everyone jumping in. I got a reply for recommending a place. I was stoked. And then he ruined it all, and I wanted to delete that tweet because he picked 4X.
Delete that photo.
You eat ramen?
Well, I've had ramen. I've been to a few different ramen places in the city.
Did you just bring your own 2-minute noodles and ask them to boil them up for you?
I still,
do you
to this
actually
day,
eat other things now?
To this day, I've still never had 2-minute noodles, and I refuse to have 2-minute noodles.
What? You're missing out on the greatest.
No, that is not a lie. You can speak to my wife. You can speak to my mother, who've been there for overseeing every key part of my life, pretty much.
May I change my Traitor of the Year, please, to someone else?
No, the award has already been issued.
Unbelievable.
Moving on to the next award, which is I've tossed up between names, but I'm going to go with the Chaos Award. That goes to Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. Because you need to, I have to kill Chaos.
Chaos. Chaos. Chaos.
I don't really need to add any more than that. Like the jokes write themselves. I was wondering whether I call him the most memeable character and go that way, but no, we'll call it the Chaos Award. Damo, over to you.
Well,
I've
I
saved
feel like
one of my best till last.
I hyped up the last one with like the lines I probably should have used for this one. It's something that was so beaten, broken, confused, left out on the street, stray like a cat. Not stray.
No, straight shit.
Just fuck you.
Sorry, it's fine.
Dagger to dicks. Yeah, that's
It's
better.
a perfect 7 out of 10.
But we all love a good comeback story, right? That's why I was so happy to see Pikachu revived by the power of friendship. Thanks,
And
Japan.
Cyberpunk 2077.
But well, yeah. Edge Runners comes out. Everyone's like, oh shit! Only if Cyberpunk was that good. And just like No Man's Sky, as if something had happened and
No
nobody
Man's
knew that it
Sky.
had happened. Game was good. People were playing it. And it was so lovely to see this refreshed, renewed love for this game hit the streets again. Maybe it's not going to be the next thing. So what's it, Cyberpunk 77? So maybe
2077.
Cyberpunk 78 will be even better. I don't know. But
In 2032
it was
when it
just
comes out.
great. It was. I think it deserves a beautiful comeback story. I think that I really just hope they keep working on it, and I hope in maybe some point this year it's so well polished that you forgot that the massive turd it was. Like, you can't polish a turd, but you can definitely add toilet paper and take another one on top of it. Like, let's go.
And make that turd better than the last.
Yeah, that's it. It can be a clean break. And that's my fantastic awards for 2023's Patchies.
Matto, what do you got? I can't
my
believe we've
fault.
gone over it like an hour and a half and we've still got to do our top however many games each. But we'll do those very quickly, I think.
5.
Yeah, I've
Top
got 5.
5. That's it.
My final award is the Dickhead of the Year award,
Oh,
and this one, without a doubt, just there is no other person that could absolutely
Crying
top this.
Jim.
Not Jim Ryan or Ryan Jim. This guy shot himself in the foot, then put the gun in the other holster, and then shot himself in the foot again. And that goes to Dan Allen Gaming. I mean, it's bad enough
Dash
that you
Gamer
try and
2.0.
deny that you are the inside gamer guy, and then get caught out by, using your personal Twitter account to do the tweet that was supposed to be the inside gamer.
This was, just to be clear, Damo, because it seems like there's a confused look on your face. This was an Aussie guy, actually, so it's just basically Dash all over again.
200,000 YouTube subscribers, we should say that too.
Yeah, pretty damn good
200,000.
following. And had, it turned out, created like an alt account where like he'd received NDA'd or embargoed stuff, the same sorts of things that I might get or whatever, and was then like splashing it out all over the internet beforehand, claiming to be an insider. And then he accidentally, as Matto said, tweeted something from from what was meant to be that account from his personal one, and completely blew himself up. And yet he's back, Matto. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
I am aware of it.
Which
It's
is just yeah.
True, but I think, after that, the whole apology thing was the worst. Although you did it better with your Cyberpunk font thing, I thought that makes it so much better. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I stuffed up. Like, no, you didn't stuff up. You got caught for being an absolute
I
dickhead.
did do the yellow Cyberpunk thing, didn't I?
Absolute dickhead. And then he's like, oh, I'm only doing it for likes. Well, I mean, what are you? You want to do it for likes? Are you 12 or something? I mean, come on. Why do you?
Oh.
I want to do it for the likes. And like, you don't deserve.
Well, it's
I mean,
a shame. No
other
one
people-
likes you. Fuck off.
I mean, other people would love to do the job he does, like get early access to games. I would love to do it. We would all love to do it.
Yeah.
But no, we don't. But we get some idiot like that going in there, releasing stuff. It's the reason why GTA 6 became an absolute shitstorm. I know it wasn't probably anyone else, but it's sort of shit like that. And then, I kind of wish that Ubisoft would have crushed him, but at the same time, it's probably not a good look for Ubisoft for just to crush some poor little guy.
No, they should have crushed him.
Should have crushed him, but just blacklist him completely. Just squash him like an ant. But the whole written thing is just when he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I stuffed up." Like you didn't stuff up. You got caught for being a dumbass. So congratulations to you.
I wish I.
Another guy called Dan.
Yeah,
What is
something,
it?
there's
What the
something in
hell
the
is
name.
going on?
There's something in that name. I'm gonna have to like scroll back through. I've posted too many gifs, which is just completely ruining my Twitter history here. But I'll have to try and
nothing wrong
scroll
with
back
GIF.
and find my Cyberpunk one because that was, that was a good tweet. I'm glad you remind me of that. That was a really good tweet. If I do say
That's how I
so
remember the whole thing, because I just remember like, "Hey, I made it better for you," just absolutely mocking the shit out of him. Like, it just needed a bit more color. And what better way than like Damo said with the whole style of Cyberpunk? They just needed to make it look nice and say, "Yeah, sorry guys." Not the whole BP South Park type thing. Just not we're sorry.
We're
Just
sorry.
sorry guys. Oh, it's too bad.
Sorry.
But
September
congratulations to
2022.
you, buddy old pal, for shooting yourself in the foot. Not once, but twice.
Oh, I think I'm getting close.
Oh,
I'm
here
into
we go. He's getting
October.
closer.
I think I'm almost right there.
Oh, good thing
He's
I
on
was
the
going to be
finger
able to see this.
strokes.
There it is.
He found it.
Yes.
I can see the yellow on
Whoa.
their face. Look at the
Your
look at the
screen
yellow.
is so yellow.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
this
exactly.
pixel
I've
now.
lit up yellow. I found it.
You've
I'm
got
sorry to everyone for my
jaundice,
actions. I'm
mate.
ashamed and
You're
disappointed in
right.
myself.
He got
I'll be
malaria.
taking some time to reflect on my poor decisions. I'm gonna retweet this just for a laugh.
Mate,
it's
you need
back-
to see a doctor, Paul. You've got
back at the top of my
jaundice,
feet.
buddy. Your liver is giving out.
Or your liver
Your
just
blood is-
instantly. Your liver just gave out just like that. Just
Yeah.
And
straight
returned.
out.
Oh,
Oh wow, he's cured.
Oh, fuck, that was a really, really good tweet.
please just get rid of the yellow, Paul. You look sick. It's not a good look.
All right. The final Patchies award of the night, and the one that we were kind of kicking around early on, like just before the show, and I couldn't work out the name, and I came up with the name as we started.
That was so long ago. I don't
So,
even remember what happened 10 minutes
The
ago.
award is titled. The award goes to no. How do I want to?
Oh
pitch this?
yeah, we were trying to come up with something. Yeah, okay. I forgot.
The award is the Better with Jennifer Hale Award, and it goes to Helena Taylor for Bayonetta Lies.
No, that can't be your final one.
It's
Oh,
Helena Taylor,
we should have. We
Helena
should
Taylor.
have had.
Jennifer Hale.
We should have had like nominations for just the biggest douche in the universe for this one. I want to put my hat to the young Dick Water, the Game Awards.
Oh,
him, but
how
I
did we
want-
not? I've got
I
one
don't wanna
final
talk about
award
it.
to
I
my
don't want to talk about it.
Second biggest.
my
No,
Rabbi
no,
Bill Clinton.
You're not allowed to give him any time and space. That kid can go.
Do what From Software did when they said thank you for winning the award. What do? Just blur him out in the background like he doesn't.
Oh
exist.
yeah, that was the
Great work, From Software. That is textbook. Absolute textbook. Like, oh, there's a guy there. What do we do? Blur his face out. Just blur him out completely. Brilliant. I like the idea. And
Yeah.
no one cares. Like, hey, remember that guy that used to be there? Well, he's gone. Great. That's
How
no need
did
to
we
know about
manage?
that guy.
How did we
Fantastic.
actually manage to get through the awards and somehow forget to reference that kid?
No, I just legitimately didn't want to. I think it's like
Yeah, I'm surprised how
yeah,
Matt
if you
and I
had
didn't.
if you
if nothing
had
else.
done it to an Australian developer team, we would have all laughed at for days. When you do it to, a Japanese country and things like that, the dishonor that brings them,
Oh yeah,
that's the
that's
part that hits
unbelievably
home. Like
embarrassing for
that's
them.
they are gonna have more pain than like we can have a laugh and a joke about it, but to the, you know what I mean? The culture's just different. So I was like, nope. Anyway,
So now,
5 games.
yeah,
to
5
talk about.
games, and we won't spend too much time talking about each one. We'll just try and we'll power through it a little bit. But we'll go 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. We'll go around the circle still. Damo, what was your number 5 best game of last year?
Very quickly, I'm just going to say that my number 6 or the honorable mention before we do go into it was Pokemon
Poke
Legends
me.
of
Poke me
Arceus.
on. Poke me on.
Pokemon
Poke me on
Legends of
my
Arceus.
special place.
It was very interesting. Didn't love it, but definitely did some great things for the franchise. But the number 5 game of my year was Mario Rabbit Sparks of whatever the
Yeah, Sparks of Hope, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
Back
struggling. I didn't write the full title out. I'm like, oh, I it again. Fantastic. So good. Just improved on everything that existed in the last game. You know, kids can play it, adults can play it. It's just wonderful. Thank you very much.
Matto, over to you. I'm still laughing about some of the awards.
My number 5. I don't have any honourable mentions because I can't remember them all. My number 5 is Metal Hellsinger. It was only a very short game, but I had a lot of fun with it, especially because I found out I have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever.
Guitar Hero Cross Doom.
Yeah, and then I thought, why not go play Hi-Fi Rush and still have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever? But still, it's still a fun game. So go play it.
Yeah, haven't gotten to it yet. Need to. My number 5 is Tunic, for basically all the reasons Damo was kind of shouting out earlier on with his award there. That was it's good shit, and I've been looking forward to that for a long time. And I'm just glad it worked out. So
yeah,
can't speak highly enough of it. I now have it on PlayStation as well, and I do intend to go and play it there at some point as well. But there's a lot of new games coming out right now, so I'll come back to it later. Tunic's awesome. Damo, number 4.
Yeah, just I guess another very fun-filled game that I wasn't expecting to be as fun-filled was Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker.
Oh, that would have been one of my
series or whatever they thing. It was
Skywalker Saga, yeah.
Yeah, Saga. That's what the word was. Yeah, it was just really good. Like, so well polished. So like they've just gotten better and better, and to replay those same games that you've already played before, but then to still be like, I love every moment of this.
I think also the other great thing is too that they took out like the dialogue from the movies and actually put their own dialogue in and their own humor to it. I thought, that's brilliant. Like people when they die or something, they're just like, I'll see you later. Like, just because there is no deaths in Lego Star Wars. It's just, I'm just out of here. See you later.
It's just great. Very well
interesting
thought out.
Pick. Right. And not one that I'd necessarily thought of, but yeah, good fun times. Matto?
My number 4 is Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. That made my top 10, but wasn't in. Didn't get.
Well, I thought it was. I wasn't sure because I thought, is this going to be good because it's Borderlands, but not really Borderlands. But they did a good job of it. A really good job of it. With the whole, I don't know what you call it, medieval Dungeons and Dragons type thing.
Yeah, it was super D&D.
Yeah, super D&D. It was really good. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I haven't played it since, but still, it's still a fun game.
Look, there's not. If you finished it, there's not much reason to go back. The DLC
because I was going to get the DLC, but then you sort of said it, played it, thought, no, this is terrible. Fine. I thought, I don't really want to play it then.
Yeah, the DLC is perhaps Gearbox's worst Borderlands-related work, but anyway. The core game is fantastic, though. For me, number 4 is a game that most people wouldn't pick, but 2 Point Campus.
You never stopped talking about it all year.
Oh, fuck. I fell in love with that game. Absolutely hooked by that game. The old 2 Point hospital sort of thing, but just building up a uni instead, and it was just, like, I was constantly entertained, and I still want to go back to it. I just need to find more time, but, like, that game was like crack for about a month and a half. And... yeah, still thinking about it a lot. I just haven't been able to find the time to actually go and address that hook and that drug that it is. But absolutely in love with it. Anyway, number 3, Damo.
Number 3 was Total War Warhammer 3. My third choice. No particular reason why this made it higher than Lego Star Wars or thing. I guess it was just one of those games that I played a lot of. Very enjoyed it. Didn't need mods, was pretty fine, stock standard. Mods only made it better. The community's great. The developers are great. Guess it's just there.
Yeah, good
it's
pick.
A slow year for my gaming world, so.
No, but I mean, the game reviewed incredibly well. I didn't play it, but the game reviewed incredibly well, so I know it's good. So, Matto, you're number 3 then.
My number 3 is Horizon Forbidden West. The first game I played on my PS5 when I first purchased it. When I saw Paul in the car park. Could have said hi, but I thought no. I got some high quality stuff here that I need to get home. And it's the only game last year I didn't finish.
Damo doesn't understand that story, just to be clear.
Oh yeah, because I actually saw we were in the Sunbury car park, and he was taking his kids, whatever. I had a PS5 under my arm. I thought I could have said hi, but I thought I'm in
fuck that,
Sunbury.
Greg.
I could get jumped if I say hi, so I thought I better just get to the car. It was like,
Or
and that was back.
Paul's
And that was
kids are
back.
savages.
Yeah,
He's
but
taught
it's
them well.
also-
At 4 and
this
2,
is
they're
also
going to kill you.
PS5s were still hard to get, so they
What
could have
about
jumped out of the
5
bushes,
PS5s?
or there could have been a van that come and just grabbed me. You never know. I mean, especially in that part of town, you don't know. I know it's broad daylight and everything, but anything can happen in that place.
It's just lost it over the 5 PS5s. For me, number 3 is a game that we've already discussed tonight. The best indie game of the year, Cult of the Lamb. And I don't really need to add anything to it. But it's so our 2 and 3 have just flipped then, Matto.
My Cold Lamb's number 2.
So
Wow.
I guess we've already discussed my number 2 then. But yeah, it's awesome. For all the reasons we discussed before. I won't spend too much time on it, but best Aussie game of the year, best indie game of the year, and to be right up there with the Horizons and stuff, and the number 1 game of the year is pretty awesome effort. Damo, number 2.
My number 2.
Three.
No,
Wait.
2.
No.
Who does start? Oh, that's right. I
Okay.
started with you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, number 2.
Yeah. Number 2 is Pokemon Scarlet.
But fuck
I
that
thought it
Violet
was-
shit.
I thought it was really fun. It was great to be in a Pokemon game that I had no idea about any of the new Pokemon. I didn't play any, just kind of went, nah, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot from the word get-go. I didn't really have any of the technical and graphical issues people talked about. So yeah, it was fine on my end, and it was a really fun game, cool story, interesting
Right.
gameplay to be able to go out and do whatever you want in that like open world sense. Drawbacks that made it not be number 1 would have been the lack of level scaling, lack of a harder difficulty mode,
And the
they
fact that it
clearly-
didn't
they
work
clearly
90% of the
by
time.
now- Clearly by now they've got to understand that like a large portion of their audience are the same people that were playing it since Gen 1, like, and they are older now. Like, I get that you still want to keep it there, but adding a hard mode wouldn't kill or add any, like, thing. It was be as simply as just peeking and making the enemies, tough.
Yeah.
That's it. No, it's not a big deal. So yeah, but Pokemon Scarlet was really good.
Matto, your number 2 being Cult of the Lamb.
Cold Lambs, yes. We don't need to talk about more of it. I think we've talked about Cold of the Lamb enough.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, for me, like I said, our 2 and 3 were flipped. So for me, it's Horizon Forbidden West. It wasn't the game that I bought with my PS5, but it is, for the longest time all year, it was the front runner, only to be trumped by a godly figure at the very end. But yeah, I mean, they just continue to nail it, Guerrilla Games, and I can't wait for the DLC. I can't wait to play Call of the Mountain in PSVR 2 this week. All that, like the Horizon franchise is the great up and coming game franchise in the business, and I'm just keen to play more. So good on them. Damo, it's time for your number 1 game of 2023. 2.
Fire Emblem. Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
2022. Yeah, you're chugging 2023. It's Fire Emblem.
I gave you the perfect in there.
We're back. We're back. But no, in all seriousness though, yeah, it was brought up before because, in a weird limelight that should not have been a limelight, but whatever, Paul, you made a great joke. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land stole my heart last year. It's one of the few games I've actually 100%ed. I loved everything about it. I loved the world, the exploring, the power-ups, the opening like musical scene when you suck in the car, the mouthful mode, which I thought was so weird. I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. What a shitty thing. It was so not overdone, and it was used in such a minimal and perfect manner. I so enjoyed it. But then like the radio kicks in on the car, and you're just driving down the road for what seemed like an eternity as we open this game, and I'm like, I need that in my life. Like that was just such a. It was just a moment that's probably made it into my top 5
Wholesome.
musical moments in video games. But yeah, that was just Kirby nailed it. So
It's a pretty incredible game. Matto, number 1.
Number 1, and for the second year in a row, me and Paul both have the same game of the year. Number 1, God of War Ragnarok. It's not even close, to be honest. It's by a country mile. God of War Ragnarok wins. I haven't played Elden Ring, so I can't really compare. But I'm playing Elden Ring, so I can't really compare. But God of War Ragnarok was.
The thing you need to keep in mind, everyone needs to keep in mind, is as we discussed at the very beginning of the show, this is the definitive video game awards show, far exceeding the Game Awards. Elden Ring was an unworthy winner, and that kid would never have disrespected Corey Barlog and Eric Williams as much as he disrespected Elden Ring. It's because,
Ken Judge,
he did it.
Chris Judge would just pick him up by the head and just pop his eyeballs out.
That's another half. Like Chris Judge would walk up to accept the Game of the Year award, and the kid would go, "Oh fuck, I can't do this. I'll die." And so he would never have disrespected them so much. But because the kid recognised that Elden Ring wasn't the one true game of the year, that's why he did what he did. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I hate that this is where we're ending the podcast. I will make a return. We should just have a patched episode where I discuss two games I haven't played, and why I actually prefer the one that won than the one that you guys claim to win.
I said that because I haven't played Elden Ring. If I played Elden Ring, my mind might change.
I've played some Elden Ring.
Paul down there, he's just got the extremes and said,
"You hear Paul? Yeah, I know.
I've played Elden Ring.
Yeah, I know. Then you should understand why it's a better game."
But if you've played, you know. If you haven't, you're fucked.
You don't understand.
Anyway, I guess I'll echo most of what Matto said. And it was the perfect way to kind of end that little 2-game arc. It's nice that we're not going the full-blown trilogy on it. Yeah, Damo, you're not aware that's straight up. That's the end of the Norse story.
There's no need for a third.
There's no third game.
No need. Absolutely no need.
Yeah,
you're just ruining it if you do. It's like if you did Mass Effect and then just added another game on and thought, hey, let's do a different one.
Like Andromeda.
No.
Either way, yeah, God of War Ragnarok is amazing. The best game of the year, bar none. Elden Ring, fuck right off. Still bitter about that, but the kid was right. Rabbi Bill Clinton would not have allowed such a thing to happen. So get around him. Anyway,
stop giving the kid credit. That's how we ended this.
All right, we don't have to end it that way. Fuck the stupid little kid. He shouldn't have been there anyway. God of War still the one true winner. We've almost gone 2 hours. I don't know how we can bloat it out. According to my clock, we're 1:57. There's probably a few minutes there that we're recording beforehand, but it's been a pretty.
That's very easy.
What was that?
That's very easy. If you don't think that
I've still got to do the outro, which will be interrupted 16 times, and
exactly.
I will say this probably is officially the best Patchies we ever had. Even the one
better than the one we lost.
Well, we didn't know what was going to happen with the first one. To be honest,
that one was funnier. That one was funnier, but this was the best. This one was fun.
This one was far more brutal than funny. We're never going to sponsor from PlayStation, Square Enix, EB. Might from Rockstar, because we gave them some praise.
We did lots of props.
Pepsi, we gave them a shout out. Bolters, we gave them a shout out. And,
Doug loves us.
Nintendo, we gave Nintendo a shout out. We didn't say one bad thing about Nintendo. Nothing but good stuff about Nintendo. Mario Kart. I don't know how much longer I can go on about this. Have we got to the 2 hour mark yet?
1:58, but also again a few minutes probably that I was recording beforehand. But either way, we'll wrap things up. Damo, it was good to have you on board again, though, mate.
It was nice to be back. Nice to have some kind of stable internet connection.
Everyone stay tuned because he'll be back every week now going forward. No, I'll have to get you back to talk Fire Emblem Engage at some point though. Whether it's in patched or a review discussion.
True.
Maybe Matto can
So
jump back into the bed and have a
sleep.
sleep the whole
I
time.
just go to sleep the whole time. You two just talk about. Maybe I'll just find make a cardboard cutout of me. Just put it in the chair while I'll just go have a sleep.
If people thought that clip that Matto broke out of Jamie talking about Octopath Traveler was with me was something.
back and
Did
relax.
you see that?
Class. That was class. all I could find was Larry David.
Yeah, it was good shit. So I don't know. Maybe Meadow can have a week off, or it becomes a review discussion thing anyway. So whatever, we'll get you back nice and soon anyway. We won't make it 18 months or whatever it is between patched episodes.
Oh my god.
So
Insane.
on that note, as we get to 1 minute 59 and 40 seconds,
Oh, is this what New Year's Eve feels
minus whatever is like shit that I'll have to cut anyway. Let's wrap things up.
gotta cut
If you
out
enjoyed this
Bill,
episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to all videos the moment they go live. That includes Patched, Player 2 Plays. Matto's kicking off a new full playthrough soon dedicated to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh.
Just synced up perfectly to launch, to finish just the days before
Oh, I've
Jedi
never been
Survivor
so
comes
glad
out.
for a game to be delayed in my life.
Hey, at least we hadn't started
What a
airing it this
relief.
time though, which was the big
That would have
difference.
been like Doom Eternal. That made me look like a dickhead. That's not as big as a dickhead as Dan Allen Gaming, but not
Dash
not
Gamer.
that bad.
But yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
that
but
shall not be called. Person that
Fuck
we
that
shall
guy.
not name.
Power. Hashtag
Hogwarts.
power is all I've got to say. So yeah, I don't even know where I was at within that.
Well,
Patch,
you best start again then.
Like, share,
I
subscribe.
was about to shout out the
notification
Buttons
bell.
down below.
I was about
Patch.
to shout out late game review for a second there. That thing's been dead for 2 years.
Been dead.
Gamer School and a whole bunch
Pandemic.
more. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patch, the Player 2 Pixels Cast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. You can give $50, lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto,
Matto_Phil.
Damo,
Definitely don't tweet me.
Oh, no,
But after this
at
episode,
Tacos Talks.
I think you're just gonna get
Tacos
shut down.
Talks. At Tacos Talks. If you want to cancel me, join that guy on Facebook. It was joy.
that one guy. Dorian, it's probably the same guy that like 7 years ago called me a monster for suggesting that Mighty Number 9 was going to be a bad game when I previewed it. Fuck
Oh,
you,
well,
guy. You were completely
well,
wrong.
Well,
No.
I said about 12 years ago that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was going to be a terrible game, so I said to go fuck myself. And how wrong were they? I thought, geez, I got absolutely jumped on by people saying Modern Warfare 3 was going to be good. I mean,
No.
they'd be stupid.
Maybe when they do a second one in, I don't know, 2 years' time. What's that Call of Duty cycle? Yeah. Oh, no, but they're having a year off this year, so maybe in 3 years' time. Call of Duty's having a year off, people. I feel like there's an award in that the end of the year. Thank you. You showed restraint. I don't know. Anyway, Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. And until next week, thanks a lot for watching. And thanks for tuning into the Patchies once again, too.
If you got this
we'll be
far,
back next year.
congratulations.
Yeah, you've done what we
well.
thought no one else could possibly do. We'll see you next week. Patch Ghost.